another Survivor post-game show. Post-show. I don't know. I'm used to saying post-game because we always do games in the sports world. It's a game, so it is a post-game
It's a recap show.
All right, it's a recap show. Season 49, Episode 8. It is the Manchild Show with Boy Green Digital. I see people already hopping in the room. Welcome aboard. Join us in the comments. Have some fun. Our mainstay, our main squeeze is back. Bret LaBelle, he's off of his European swing where he was drinking wine, and I don't know what else. I don't know what he's going to give us tonight. We'll have to find out. There's some secrets about his secret European, not-so-secret European vacation that was interrupted by at least a part of a Survivor show, and then we gave him a week off so that he could, go enjoy himself. But he is back, so let's bring him in and talk all things Survivor. Bret LaBelle, our Survivor, our resident Survivor, as we say. What's up, Bret? How are you?
I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
All right. Back
so
in
give
town,
us,
I see. Back
which, by the way, give us the tour. So where is everywhere you went? Like, give us the full itinerary.
Give us whatever deets you want to give us.
Yeah. Right, of course.
Hold on. There's no. Well, I guess I was gonna bring some more light up, but I guess I'm all right.
Yeah.
You're okay. You're okay. Yeah.
So I started out in Dublin. I have some friends there that I was dying to get back. I hadn't been to Dublin in a number of years, so I started.
So
in
you're
Dublin.
hitting the pubs of Dublin?
Oh yeah, I went to the
singing Irish tunes and that kind of stuff. What were you doing?
Oh, of course. I went to the Brazen Head, which is if you know what this is a bar in Dublin, which is built. It opened as a bar in 1193. So
okay.
How cool is that?
It's a little old, Boy Green.
That's cool.
Couple of years old, You
look around the room and say, people have been drinking here since 11.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So.
Yeah.
Up here in Boston, we think we have history, and then you go to Europe and you're like, holy crow.
Wouldn't want to eat off those floors, that's for sure.
Okay.
But yes, moving right along.
Okay. And then where else? Yep.
Yeah, if you drop a roll, leave it on the floor. Leave it down there.
That's probably the best. Yeah.
Get another one.
And then I went to Germany because I'd always wanted to do that. The last LaBelle that was in Germany would be my grandfather, and they were not happy to see him. Let's just say that. There goes my thing.
It's all right.
So, and then from there, I went to Rome, where I did a week in Rome, which was unbelievable.
Nice,
a lot of fun. And
it's gorgeous, right?
And then from Rome, I went to gorgeous. Beautiful, and the weather was nice. I was running around in the short trousers. It was like 70 degrees.
Oh, nice.
Oh, beautiful.
They're all wearing. It's like 72 degrees, and they're wearing parkas over there. They're wearing like.
Oh yeah, right. It's freezing. 72.
It's
unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable. So
it's lukewarm at 90 over there.
yeah. So, but great trip. Really had a good time. So, yeah. Oh, and then I went to Amsterdam and then home. So, and Amsterdam was cool,
too.
But,
yeah,
the food was really good, but it was okay. I went to the Van Gogh Museum, and honestly, I was so bored I almost cut my own ear off.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. I was gonna say I'm a big Van Gogh fan, but I've never been to that.
Well, then maybe you should go check it out. Lurch.
Van Gogh gone. Okay.
It just depends. It depends. I like some museums better than others. So
now, Bret, I know you had your international vacation, which was one reason why you weren't on the show last week. But I imagine the other one was you finally lost a member of your fantasy team, and that felt like the real reason you didn't join the show last week. So Nate gone, and he showed up in the jury with a nice fedora and shaved. So there you go, your boy Nate. You've drawn first blood here, Bret.
Yeah, I was a little shocked by that too, but it was kind of one of those jump ball moves. They were trying to go for somebody else, but they ended up going for him because it was just easier. And we've seen that many times. We saw it in my season. So it is what it is,
Yeah, 100%. Well, I'll tell you this. So as people can see, I'll throw it up one more time. My last player left from our fantasy draft that we did at the beginning of the season is RIZZGOD. And I'm going to be honest, it didn't look good, Bret. It didn't look good at all. And he had an idol, but he's been very cocky this whole time of like, oh, maybe one more. Maybe I can make it one more without using it. And those people normally go home with an idol in their pocket. And how they set up that entire tribal council tonight where Sophie just came out and said, it's clearly me or MC. I'm like, Rizzo, don't buy it. It's a big act. They're just trying to make you feel safe. Make sure you use the idol, man. Jeff Probst asks, hey, is there anyone that would like to use an advantage or idol? Say now, forever hold their peace. RIZZGOD, nothing. I'm like, oh, God. And then the edit, Sophie MC winking at each other like it all worked. And I'm like, damn it, I've lost Rizzo. I'm about to be voted out on the first of all of us. and thankfully he was safe. But whew, good for him that he was able to save it. Impressive.
Yeah, a lot of bad gameplay tonight. I mean, a lot of poor gameplay because it shows you how too much talk can really change the. I mean, look I like Rizzo. I'm rooting for Rizzo. I think he's doing a great job. I met him. I like him. But it should have been him. I mean, in a strategic move, they should have taken him out tonight. And the fact that they couldn't get it done, and it just shows you like just talking too much, talking over and over, picking. Sophie B or Sophie. No, I'm sorry, Sophie Yellow.
Right.
What's she picking? She picked what's his name? She picks what's his name to be the one throw vote. She could have picked anyone for that.
I know. Why'd she put your one? Right. Dude, she starts that whole thing, which gets everything stirred up. Oh,
he's part of the plan. Like, you got to,
what is she doing?
The whole thing was, but then MC, she feels like she blows her own game up because she wants to tell
him. Trying to buy his trust, right?
To re-get it back, right?
She could have got his trust back later. That was so stupid.
Good grief. I agree. It was bad gameplay, Brett. Yeah. Bad gameplay. Yeah. So MC does end up going home. It's almost an anticlimactic elimination, to be honest with you. I did like what Rizzo said, though. I'll say this, Brett. Like, he explained it very well when he claimed he wasn't going to play the idol. Okay. And then he didn't play the idol. I was wondering whether it was all just clever editing or not. But his explanation was, go big or go home. I could finish in 10th. I might finish in 4th. But I want to win this thing. And in order to win this thing, holding on to this idol could be the thing that gets me closer or gets me to the finish line. Therefore, I'm going to roll the dice, even though I know my head is possibly on the chopping block. Do you like his moxie when it comes to that?
Excuse me. Yes. I like his moxie. I think, I like what he says about, I don't know, man. I think I would have played that tonight.
Me too.
He was smart not to.
Yeah.
But it was,
as it turned out,
with all them talking at Tribal, and man, I don't know. I think I would have played it, but I think he got really lucky.
Got away with it. Got away with it.
Yeah.
So let's go into this, which I guess we got to start backwards and then work our way back forward. So there's 10 people left. We get to the immunity challenge, which they end up splitting the group of 10 into 2 separate groups of 5. They're competing against each other. And the first, the 5 that survives will be totally safe, but they won't go to tribal. The losing 5 has to go by themselves. And that losing 5 is isolated on their own beach. So there's going to be no communication, no wink, no nothing, no head nod or anything of that nature. First off, let's just start there, Brett. A lot of people are upset on social media, including our guy Steven from Survivor Quotes X. He thinks that you should just keep it pure, keep the game pure. Doing it this 5 versus 5 randomly, and it was drawn by rocks, he says that affects and changes the destiny of everything. That 5 opens up opportunities for upsets, and upsets is just the best way to put it, that may not have been possible in a group of 10. What do you think of that, Brett?
Yeah, I mean, so he said, what he say that again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So there was 10 before. Before someone got voted out tonight, there's 10 people left. When they went to the immunity challenge, Jeff broke them up. Instead of just 110 where everyone fights for individual immunity and then they all go back to the island, they split the 10 up into 2 groups of 5. One of the 5 people are going to be completely safe. The other 5 are going to be completely vulnerable.
I don't.
They
I didn't love that. I apologize, Boy Green. It's what you get something in your head. It's just it's screwing me all up. I can't.
No, that's all right.
So
trying to do a different thing here. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So I will say this though. So that's the way they try to control the game. No, you can leave it on there, buddy. I was just kidding. That's how they try to control the game. Like that. That's what I don't like that kind of stuff. Like it's it should have been
manipulating the game,
right?
Rather than it's like the producers are controlling the game.
Yeah, and they say it's a schoolyard pick, right? I don't know. I can't remember how they said that they picked.
That was random. That was random. Rocks. They did rocks.
Random colored rocks.
Yep. That's right. But I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me. I feel like, I just don't like it.
What about the advantage?
I did like this part. I did like that they let the news girl go back.
Savannah.
Yeah. Who was
sending her in.
Which we learned
Yeah.
tonight is completely in love with herself. We learned that tonight.
Yes.
Yeah,
She
very
called
much so.
herself. I love this line. She called herself the Hot Grim Reaper. I love
Yeah,
that line.
right.
I was like,
I
I
almost
gotta write
died
that down.
laughing. I will say she's entertaining, but with that line itself, I was like, "Oh my god, really?"
Oh,
like,
Lordy.
Which was the episode title tonight, by the way. Hot Grim
was it?
Reaper.
There you
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
She was funny though. But no, like I did like that I like that little twist where she got to come back and be a part of it, and she got to choose whether or not she used her vote. So I did that kind of was okay, but I would have liked just let the 10 go at it, right? Let them all, everyone who made the merge, let them go at it and vote. And I just feel like there's more possibilities, and I don't know. It seems if you're on that losing team, you're screwed, you know.
But Brett, how did they get away with it? So obviously Savannah and RIZZGOD, they're aligned. So for RIZZGOD, he sees Savannah coming on, from the boat. It's thank God, my alliance member is here to save me and help. And somehow RIZZGOD doesn't play his idol, and Savannah gets to bank in her extra vote for a future time of her choice, and someone else goes home instead of one of them. Savannah obviously was protected with an immunity necklace. How did that happen? How did they get everything? And now they're going to go back, which I'm sure you're happy about, with Sophie B, and she's going to rejoin that threesome, which they sort of teased looking ahead to next week's episode. They have all the power.
Yeah. Bless you, Lurch, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? And we don't like to see that, right? We like to think that everyone kind of has a chance, and that's when I get frustrated with all these advantages and all these different things. So yeah, I mean, I'm shocked, Riz. and good on him. He's got a point, like, right? It's like you're either 10th or 4th. What does it matter? I want to win the game. And so he took a chance, but there was a very good chance that he was going to go home. They should have done it. They should have stuck to their original plan. But see, when people start talking and people start to worry about who's putting on what, loose lips sink ships. And boy, it sinked a big ship, because I think they would have taken him out. I don't think he's so brazen. I don't think he would have played it.
I don't think so.
Regardless. So
yeah, I agree. I think he wouldn't have. So
and I don't understand why, because they're gonna, once he plays it, they're gonna hide it again, and he could run out there and get it again and get further in the game. So I don't know.
That was Russell Hance's whole shtick. So he would find idols, he would use them and say, boom, it's back in the game. I'm gonna go hunt for it again. So Rizzo's like, hey man, I gotta hold on to this as long as possible. That's the thing I don't get. Like, be confident in yourself. Rizzo, I'm just gonna find it again when they hide it back out there. So yeah, I don't know.
And you know what drove me nuts
it's just it's.
Go ahead, Brett. Finish your thought.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, well, you know what drove me nuts was how
he played it right. He played it right.
There's a slight delay.
He's still in Europe. He's still in Europe.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, go ahead, Lurch.
You finish, Brett. You go first.
I'm here in Boston.
You go first.
So I was just saying that, like, it's funny. I'm sitting here complaining about RIZZGOD, but he played it right. There was no votes on him, so he must have had more information than we thought. Lurch, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What blew my mind is that Rizzo was literally, his head should have been and had to be on the chopping block. And yet he was out strategizing and maneuvering these characters who are not in his alliance to vote with him and to take on his plan. That usually is a death march. It was not a death march for him tonight.
Because, normally Rizzo would be looking out for himself, like, oh, my God, please don't vote for me. I'll do whatever you want.
You're in the, please, I'll do
anyone but me,
Tell
Sandra.
Me
anyone but
and
me.
I'll write it down.
100%.
But he didn't do that. He actually went out
and was
the aggressor, and they bought it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, get this guy out right now. Get him out.
And I just wonder if the drama from before, with putting names on this one and this one being upset and Sophie B, and then MC ratting out Sophie Yellow. I don't know if maybe that cloudiness made it easier for Riz to come in and just kind of take over the vote. Maybe and then now Sophie's upset, Sophie's upset because MC told what she told. So there was all kinds of little things going on in the background there that maybe it just
Mhm.
made it easier for Riz to come in and kind of take over, because it did seem like he came in later in the game, later in the day,
Right.
and switched the vote to MC, which worked. So more
And
power
the
to
other
him.
new idol that is back in play immediately got scooped up by Christina. Now, it's good to know that Christina's alive and breathing on the island, because I wouldn't know that based on the edit.
Right.
And number two, the thing that I hate, Brett, that I'm sure all of us hate, what's up with these group idol searches? What,
Yeah.
what are we looking for? A lost kid in the woods? Like, come on, man. Look on your own. Where is that? Why are we doing this? Hey, let's all go
No
look.
more
You think it's
sneakiness.
high?
No, where's the
You think it's low?
sneakiness?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I want the salacious. I want the saucy.
Because it's one person ends up using it anyway, right? It's never a group idol. There's never a such thing as a group idol. Somebody holds it and somebody uses it. So I agree. Like the less people know, the better. MC got screwed when she was getting her idol and she got caught by Savannah.
So she had no choice, I guess, right?
Yeah, she kind of had no choice, but I mean, she didn't have the stupid piece of paper in her mouth. She might have been able to say she was doing something else in there. I don't know, but everyone with their telling everyone they have everything, it just annoys me. That's why I love Sophie B. She doesn't tell anyone that she's got.
Right, she's got that knowledge.
Right, she has the knowledge of power, and no one knows it. Brett, can we go back to that, because we didn't have you on last week, and you just mentioned it with MC found an idol, and she just had to go through the final processes of unlocking it and getting it, and then Savannah comes up on her, and then MC's like, oh, crap. Now what do I do? All right, I am looking for a set of keys. So she just sort of opens it up because she doesn't want to be awkward. And then there's this editing moment where Savannah Eyes looks down at the keys, MC looks at the keys, and Savannah dives on it like a loose football and tries to go get the keys, and MC steals it away. So if Savannah grabbed the keys, but this was MC's idol to unlock, what happens next? Because there's like 100 keys on that ring. So that still doesn't give you the idol. You have to go through the process. What's allowed? Is Savannah allowed to take that and then the idol's hers? Can MC wrestle it back with her? What are the rules on that, Brett?
No, because MC still had the idol in her hands, right? She had the
it was in the treasure chest, I guess.
Right, she had the treasure chest. Now, if Savannah gets the keys, because I thought about this last night the last time, last week. If she gets the keys and never gives them to MC, MC doesn't get to use the idol. She got no vote. So it could have worked out in Savannah's favor anyway if she did get those keys, just to hold them and not give them back. But at some point, MC's probably going to find them and steal them back or whatever. But I think it would have been a stalemate. I think they would have had to come up with a deal. Like, listen, I need my vote back. What can we do here? I need those keys. Maybe they come up with a deal. Maybe they start working together. Who knows? But MC ended up getting them, and it was never an issue. So.
By the way, I love this account, the Hot Grim Reaper, on YouTube already. Are you entertained? Love it. And thank you for joining us here on our Survivor Recap.
Love that. I had to pop that up right away. Fantastic.
That's awesome.
Thanks for coming in and joining us. The Hot Grim. What a great handle.
Great nickname.
That was a great line in tonight's thing. There was another great line too, Brett. I love this one. Have a reaction to this one. Sage and Savannah, essentially, I think it was Sage that said it, calling themselves the Mean Girls. Movie reference.
Confessional, right?
Little movie reference there. The Mean Girls. So we got the Hot Grim Reaper tonight and the Mean Girls.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good episode all in all. What's that?
It's not moving you, huh? It's not shaking.
No, I can tell. No, this is all stupid. Everyone tries to come up with these names now. Like even the Bottom Up Clan or whatever the hell.
Bottoms Up.
It's like, all right, okay, whatever. The Bottoms Up crew. And that fizzled too. That went nowhere. But well, actually, I shouldn't say that. Who knows?
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, right.
But, TBD.
But it's like everyone's coming up with these silly names and whatever. But I thought the episode was pretty good. There was a lot going on, and it was kind of fun to watch. So.
One of the fun things about having you on, Brett, is that you were out there. You did this. You were all the way there for 34 days, right? How many days were you there? 34-ish, right?
36, right?
36.
Yeah,
37. Okay, 37.
37, right?
37 out of 39
days, guys.
That's
sorry. You're right. I can't even get used to
Now
the,
they're
you
out
know,
there.
the
They're out
short
there
version.
for 15. They're acting like
Yeah.
it's. Oh my God, you're not even
Lost
there
yourself
yet.
an extra 15 pounds,
That's
probably.
true. Yeah.
Exactly.
So let me ask you this.
Best
It got
weight
me
loss
thinking of,
clinic out there.
It
Yeah.
got me thinking tonight while I was watching the episode about you and your experience out there. So take us inside. I love when you do this, where you can take us to your season, but your season is reflective of a lot of the things that go on out there in Survivor. Those, take us behind the curtain kind of moments. So the group at one point was painting the flag. You see that scene tonight,
Yep.
right? And we've seen that in many, many Survivor
Sure.
episodes over the years. And it got me thinking again about something we've talked about for years and years, going all the way back to our radio show days together, about camp life and how important you always, the value you always put on camp life. So I just threw down, so I was just thinking in my mind's eye some questions. So what kind of rituals did you guys have in camp life in millennials versus Gen X? How early in the morning did you typically get up? Could you sleep in? Or were you always up at 6 a.m. or as soon as the sun rose? We don't know these things. We watch the show and it looks like you get up bright and early and it looks like you go to bed really late. When do you go to bed? When do you get up? How does that work day in and day out? Take us inside. Oh, that was weird. He just froze up there for a second. Start again.
Yeah, I don't alert you coming in and out, but I got the gist of the question here.
Okay.
At first, I was like, rituals. I was like, well, we sacrificed a lamb every morning for our rituals. But no, no. So, but we would get up in the morning, right? And I would always be the first one up, me and Sunday. For some reason, I would always get up and I'd go, man, I would see a camera. I would look at the camera. So I would think the sun wasn't up. It's Fiji in April, May. So you'd have to look it up. But I want to, in my mind, it was around 5 or 5:30.
Okay.
It's not like you got to watch,
sun
right?
Would probably
Right.
start coming out
Obviously.
around 6.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but you'd see the sun start. So I would get up. I used to go to this one little spot, and you'd sit kind of looking out the ocean. And I've seen them sitting in it in a couple of these other seasons too, at the same spot. And you'd watch the sun. And usually Sunday would come first, and then Chris, and then some of the younger, like Adam Klein, would sleep a long time. Sometimes he would miss the sunrise. Will definitely miss the sunrise. But eventually the sun starts to get hot, and then everyone's up, and you usually just kind of go get firewood. People, go use the bathroom, do whatever they got to do in the morning, and then you kind of just start doing your day. Everyone's kind of working, getting firewood, or we got to go get some food. Who's going to go fishing? But everyone's talking and laughing and having a good time. And then there's some strategy being talked about, but usually the big strategy days were when tribal's coming, right? Or if you're going to a mutiny challenge, then you might start the talk really starts to get up. People start, separating. People start to pair up. People start to have conversations. But you could see those conversations all the time. But unless it's tribal councils looming, that's when you really see it. It's on. The game is on,
Bret, how often between, how would you know whether or not it's a challenge day or just a mess around day or it's a this day? How'd you guys sort of keep track of that? And how often do they happen?
You'd get tree mail. They don't show tree mail like they used to. Every now and then you get to see it, but every day you check tree mail because that's where you get your messages.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, someone's go check tree mail, and they film it, they make a big deal of it, but they never air it,
And then they don't
very rarely.
Right. Just gets on the editing room floor, the cutting room floor. And then what about night? How late typically are you going to bed? How late do tribal councils go? I mean, again, take us inside.
Yeah, staying up and stuff.
People telling ghost stories around the campfire at night. I mean, tell us what it's like.
So tribal council, it has to be dark, right? So, and then it can go late. So you might get home from tribal council around 9 or 10. Sometimes tribal would last 3 hours with setup and then the start thing and whatever. It could be a long time. And then you go home, everyone's exhausted. We just crash at the fire. We try to get the fire going again because usually you get so much hot coals by then in the fire that you can just try to get it going again.
Some sticks in there and it starts.
Yeah, it'll get going. And then, but usually if we don't have any tribal, once the sun goes down, you're kind of all sitting around the fire talking, and people just kind of start falling asleep.
Yeah.
So, and that might be 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night. So some nights it seems like you're asleep for 10 hours. It's crazy.
Wow.
That's why I would be up I would start kind of waking up before the sun came up.
Wow.
And then when I started to kind of see the light cracking, I would go up. I'm gonna go watch the sunrise, and then I would be the first one there. And usually David Wright or Sunday, and it's usually me, David Wright, and Sunday, and Chris were always there for the sunrise.
Best storyteller from your season. Who was the best storyteller in that big group from your season?
Oh God. David or Zeke.
David and Zeke.
I'm a pretty good storyteller myself, but we had a lot of laughs. It was such a good crew. I was really lucky to be out there with a good people, But Zeke could tell a really good story, and David Wright. I mean, he's a writer,
Yeah,
he wrote for Family Guy and Malcolm in the Middle and all these crazy shows. So he's a fantastic storyteller as well.
Yeah, Brett, what about the other side?
Hold on one second. I was reading an article actually earlier tonight, Boy Green and Brett, and the article was about the current cast, the 49, okay, the ones we're watching right now, the episodes we're watching right now, and they were asked to name their favorite Survivor season.
Oh yeah, Dalton
I was actually
Ross.
surprised.
Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah, I saw. So I was reading that today, and none of them did name your season, and I was like, wow, I thought Brett's season was really good.
33, Millennial Gen X.
Kagyan was mentioned by a few.
Kagyan's one of my favorites.
Original season. It is a very good season. And there were some
other
has
some of the best lines. Another Bostonian has some of the best lines.
Yes, of course, naturally, right?
Was the one that juxtaposed the good guys and the bad guys.
Heroes versus villains.
Heroes versus villains. That was mentioned. Tocantins was mentioned.
Yeah, Tocantins
is a fantastic. Yeah, if you don't remember that season, or it's been a while since you see it, go rewatch it. That's a great season. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, those are all good seasons. I mean, I think if you you put people on the spot, it's tough. I've been asked those questions when you're out there, you're tired, and you're just like, oh God, I can't even think. So I think a lot of those answers change when they're, when you actually can stop and think. But you talk to, anyone. Millennials versus Gen X is up there, and I think what portrays or what shines through is how much we all respected each other, even though we were all playing a game, and everyone played hard. But everyone still respects each other, and we all still talk today. We all hang out. We have no problem.
Oh, that's cool.
Klein's wedding a couple of years ago, and it was just so good to see everybody. And we just, laughed, and everyone, everything was water under the bridge, which it had been since, pretty much we came off the island.
So what's that fraternity like? Are you guys on a group chat? Like, again, is it these sort of life events, weddings and things of that nature, or how you guys come back together and it feels like you guys were just together the day before, but you really weren't, and then you guys are coming back? Or how is that relationship? And
we had a group chat that was going pretty good after our season when our season was airing, and then after, but that's died down now. So, but we all just happened to meet up at Adam's wedding, and he had a lot of our cast there, so it was cool.
Awesome.
Everyone was really good to see people. We took pictures, and it was really good. It was good to see Lucy. I hadn't seen Lucy in a very long time. It was really cool to see her, and it was. I had a great time at that wedding.
All right, let's go down the line, the three of us. All right, I'll start it off. We'll just go right down the line. Me, then Paul, then Brett. All right, who do you think in this season is playing the best strategic game? And I'll open it by saying I think it's Sage. I feel like she made a mistake tonight, but she is still trying to fly low before I think she eventually makes her big moves. If she doesn't, someone doesn't out her, essentially. So I like the game that she's playing right now. I kind of feel like she's playing very smartly. She realizes at 10, I don't have to be too aggressive yet. My big move is coming somewhere down the road. Boy Green, who's your best strategic player this season?
Definitely RIZZGOD. I think he's thinking about it in every possible way. And again, look at the temperature check. That's the difference between good players and great players. So not everyone finds idols. There's a small percentage of how many idols in the game and then you finding them. But executing them. MC found an idol, used it, no one voted for her. What a waste. Rizzo found an idol in two tribal councils where his butt was on the line, and he correctly predicted whether to use it or not use it, and twice in a row. And it was even more dangerous in this one because there was less people he could trust, and he could have easily went home. So I think he's had a great temperature check. And again, to your point on the aggressor earlier, he's just having the right conversations. He's getting one of those winners edits, I think.
Okay, Bret, who's playing the best game right now, strategic?
Yeah, RIZZGOD is definitely getting a winner's edit. Tonight was interesting. I feel like we missed a lot. Something's missing from that vote. We're missing something. But I kind of agree with you. Sage is really impressing me. I think she was a sleeper for the first few episodes.
Yeah,
I thought she was
definitely
crazy. But my God, she is in tune to who likes her and who does not like her, and she's in tune to who's playing her and who's not playing. It's very interesting, and I feel like her edit is getting better and better. And and also, but don't sleep on my girl Sophie B either.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
she is playing it well too, and she's
scrappy.
She's been on the bottom. She's had a tough time with this, and now she's kind of getting her wings, and let's see what happens. But I think she's going to be in it for a little while also.
And I think she's scrappy and well liked, Bret, so she can
great social player.
Find her way to the end. She's well liked. She'll get votes. I think people will vote for her.
She's tough, right? Like it's tough for her right now. She's been a tribal so much. She was in that decimated tribe. She's probably a little gun shy, but she needs to start making some moves, which is going to be, it's kind of hard when you're coming out of that position. I totally see right now. She's just like, just stay off of me. I totally understand that. But so I kind of agree though. If you're asking me gun to my head, who's playing the best game, you can't sleep on Sage, man. She's really, in the last few episodes, she's crushing it, you know?
Now, Savannah tonight, I know we've said it for years. There's no crying in Survivor, but of course we saw crying. And she told that story to Steven after she found herself obviously on the wrong side of the vote, now in the minority. And it was a kind of a different feeling for her.
Triggering.
And then she kind of broke down, and it triggered this story where she kind of laid it all out on the line a little bit. She is a former news reporter, so she's in the same business that I was in for quite a while, in local television news. She was hired for a job that someone else thought they should have had. So she jumped over somebody, probably someone that had seniority on her or something. And then she was ostracized in what is always a difficult situation in a newsroom where, you want to work together with people and you have to at times. But outside of that, they're talking behind your back and they're ostracized. And I've seen that kind of nonsense go on in newsrooms, and, it can be very, very hurtful. And then she talked about how it really actually affected her health and maybe has had,
to be able to get pregnant, right? Yeah.
So it was heavy. It was heavy.
It was absolutely heavy. I'm not a doctor, but I was shocked that stress would make you never have a baby again. I don't know. To me, again, I'm not a doctor, but I was like, what? But
you in favor of doing that? I mean, let's talk about the principle of it. Like,
having babies, yes.
No, not having babies, but
I've got two. It's great.
Kind of spilling to try to maybe in some way earn favor. I don't know that it was totally motivated by I got to get this person in my corner and Steven, but by the same token, when you have those kind of heartfelt conversations, I mean, you're going to connect in some way. People are going to relate, and Steven, seemed to be a compassionate guy there listening to that story.
I was about to say, he seemed totally uninterested.
Maybe
I looked at.
He bought it.
I don't know. I don't think so. I looked at the look on his face, and he was just like, Like I was thinking, if I was in Steven's position, what would I do if someone just confided in me? It's one-on-one the story. I would have hugged him when oh my God, oh come here. Like I would have. The way that Steven was just reacting. Oh wow. Ooh, okay. Tough.
Interesting.
Like, I don't know. It didn't feel as compassionate.
That's a tough feeling to be in, and I really did feel for her. So I'm listening to her, and I see what she's trying to do. She's exhausted. She's tired. She feels like nobody, everyone's gunning for her. And I think part of it was a ditch effort to try and get somebody on her side. I think another part of it, she was just like, I cannot believe I'm in this position. Like, this is just, why
does this keep happening to me?
Right.
Back in the same position that I
understand where she was coming from, but I think Steven was like, I think he was probably like, oh my God, I don't want this right now. What's going on? Like, I feel like he felt like he was talking to a crazy person type of a thing, So you got to be careful with that kind of stuff. Like,
Okay.
you got to kind of know that the person that you're talking to is going to be receptive of it,
Hey,
So-
by the way, I just gotta, we have this Survivor thing happen. So last week we mentioned that, we had Steven, Survivor Quotes X, and we were telling all that story, and he was showing all this stuff in his museum about stuff he had from other survivors. And we had like this organic conversation. I brought up like Yule's one of my favorite survivors, and I love Jerry Manti. Well, Jerry Manti just put our podcast on our Instagram profile
thank you, Jerry.
from that clip. So shout out to Jerry. It's on her profile, 21,000 followers. And I love Jerry Manti. I had a huge crush on Jerry Manti. I'm going to be totally honest.
Back in the day, Boy Green. She's a little out of your league and a little too old for you, Boy Green.
Hey,
all right.
by the way,
more in my league. All right, at my age.
By the way, the crush still stands. It didn't
Okay.
disappear. I still have a massive crush on Jerry Manti.
Well, let's hope she didn't see you with that buff on earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like she did actually. She shared this to her Instagram, and it does have my buff on it. So
Oh,
unfortunately,
no.
she did see all that.
Oh,
so
gosh. Oh,
Jerry,
God.
I love you out there. I don't know if you're available.
Jerry was great, man. I'll tell you,
Oh.
she was fun to watch.
She was super disappointed, by the way, that she didn't make 50. I saw that she posted about it. She was super
she
beat
should
up
have made
about
50.
it.
The fact that Jeff's on TV tonight, on Survivor tonight, telling people, "Oh, we still have spots for 50." It's like, come on, dude. There's so many good people of past seasons that you could put on. Come on,
Yeah.
what are we doing with? I think we're getting 2 from 49.
Yeah.
Stop it. You could use them later on down the road. I'm that infuriated me. There's so many good people that I'm not going to be on. And I don't care if you like him or don't like him. Russell Hantz wasn't in Game Changers. A huge mistake. They should have had him on Game Changers, and he definitely should be on 50. Whether you like him, I know he's toxic. I know there's people that cannot stand him. I know he's done some crazy stuff, but you cannot take away from that. The man was a huge game changer. He's the one that said, "Go look for the idols. Don't wait for the."
Right.
He was the one that did
The
it.
clues, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way,
a pioneer. He's an
by
icon.
the way,
Right.
so I just admitted my love for Jerry Manti. I've actually never done that on any show before, and apparently my timing's terrible because
Not good.
my fiance just chimed in on the chat. Oh boy, she's actually in Massachusetts right now, so she's right down the street from you, Brett. So she'll see if she can run into you while she's down there. Hope you have a good night. And just got the SMH message when I just gave my love to Jerry Manti on the show.
good.
Yeah, I was
Not
gonna
good.
say I couldn't believe you were doing that. I was like, what's
I'm
going on here?
sorry. I
Got
love
two little
Jerry.
kids for crying out loud with his.
We just talked about his kids for crying out loud.
know.
I don't know what's
It's
going
a
on.
disgusting, despicable display.
So sorry.
You
That's
better
great.
put that thing back on your head.
I wonder if Brett even knows that I was just quoting Johnny Most there, the world famous Celtics longtime play-by-play voice.
That you always call Donnie Most. Yes.
Yeah,
so,
I always call him Donnie Most, who is the actor from Happy Days.
Yeah,
not
the
Donnie
same.
Most,
Not
but
the same.
Johnny
Or
Most.
related in that matter.
Sorry, Boston people. Johnny Most.
Yeah.
There
Who
you
once
go.
said,
It's a disgusting, despicable display that I see
Yeah.
going on there.
Yeah.
They got a statue of him down in Faneuil Hall. There. Great guy.
Well,
she just banged in and said she's going shopping, Boy Green. So there you go.
Ah,
So
boy.
you know the best
shame
way
it.
always to hit them when they do you wrong is hit them in the wallet. That's a
Hey,
great,
by the way,
great strategy
Hopefully
there,
he's won
Tatiana.
his
Very
credit
great
card.
strategy.
He deserves charge that right up.
by the
Go get
way,
some of
since you're going
product.
shopping, if you could get me some Jerry Manti official Survivor merch gear while you're out there shopping, I would accept it. Yes,
Didn't Jerry
doubled out.
got a second chance on Survivor?
of
didn't
course she was on All Stars. Yeah,
Right, she's on All Stars, and I remember in All Stars, and it just goes back a ways, that she really wasn't that happy with the way it kind of went, or the way that we saw it on TV. It was like she was made out to be bad, and she didn't feel like she was a bad person, right? Is there any? Do you ever talk to her, Brett? Is there any scorched earth there?
Oh yeah, no, she was. I think I met Jerry once. We did not get a chance. I really wanted to talk to her more, but we didn't get a chance to really chat. But yeah, she definitely wasn't happy with her edit in her original season. She was huge though. Like people loved her.
I thought she was great in the original season.
and she
Australia,
was
she was
on.
awesome.
And to remind people, she was on for 3 seasons. She was on, of course, for the
Oh, that's
Australian
3.
Outback, which
Okay.
the original All Stars, and she was on Heroes versus Villains, of course. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. She look at. You can't take it. She did great. She was a great personality. I enjoyed watching it. I love that season, Australian Outback. That was the first one I watched.
Yeah.
and I fell in love with the show and said I'm going to be on the show and I'm going to win it. And I didn't win it, sadly, but I was on the show. But yeah, no, she was fantastic.
She's the original villainess. Yes.
Yeah, no, she really is.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, right?
And I don't think that she felt. Again, you have to go. You're out there for 24 hours. Like they could have made me into a villain if they wanted to. I said some crazy things out there when I'm tired and hungry and whatever.
So it's whatever they choose to use.
Yeah, I mean, I can remember going, "Oh God, please don't." One of my favorite stories is, and Chris Hammond could tell you this better, but Chris had said something about Ken. He had a confessional about Ken, and he was going off on Ken. And so he was like, "Oh shoot!" He knew the episode was airing, so he's like, "Oh my God!" So he calls Ken. He's like, "I have to tell you that I said some bad things that are going to be on, So Ken, what? I got my kids. Well, what'd you say? So
Oh no,
Chris tells him what he said. Of course, they didn't air it. They never aired it.
Oh, so he gave him
so he
some
confessed to
reason.
something that would ended up on the cutting room floor. Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah,
Oh.
Ken's a good dude, and he laughed it off after. But we hung out with Ken. We were laughing about it. But yeah, I mean, you just never know how they're gonna portray you.
So. Yeah. My God. So yeah, again, shout out to Jerry.
Well, so far so good. This has been a really. I'm enjoying this season of Survivor. I think this has been a pretty good season of Survivor. Of course, we're all geared up for 50, even though there are disappointments. There's no question. There's disappointments, and as you said, Brett, people that didn't make the cast that aren't going to make the cast. We are going to get 2 members from this season. Apparently, it's out there, supposedly leaked. Boy Green and I kind of refuse to really.
I don't know. Yeah.
I love the idea of not knowing who they are. And I don't know, Brett, if you're privy to that or not. I mean, there have been a lot out there in the rumor mill, but who do you think is deserving? Who, if you picked 2 from this season, who were the 2 that you would pick?
I think the 2 that we're going to see from actually, I kind of think I figured it out tonight.
Ooh.
Watching tonight.
Okay.
I think it'll be Riz, and I think it'll be Sage. I think Sage is coming out so strong right now. The last few episodes, I really think we're going to see her again.
Okay.
I think she surprised Survivor as well, and I think they were really impressed with her.
Yeah, I would say again because Savannah was the one that
could be Sophie B.
It could be. It could be Sophie B too. 100%. You're Sophie. It could 100% be her. She's just again such a wordsmith, and she tells great stories. Great storyteller. Survivor loves that sort of thing. So she could totally be it. When Jeff brought up and broke the fourth wall about Survivor 50 could be some spots open, and Savannah openly talked about it, I'm like, yeah, Savannah, get a life. It's going to be you. But she's sort of grown on me. I'm like, man, she's funny, she's interesting, entertaining. I mean, ultimately, is that what we want? So yeah, she's another one as well.
Yeah,
I still say it's a waste. Like we just saw them.
I agree. I
want to see on 50. I want to see more people from, I want to see more people from 1 to 40. I want to see. Right. I mean, there's some great people from the new era too that I want to see, but
they should have done a returning new era season somewhere here in the 40s. That's on them, man.
That's true. I really, there's so many good characters that from that we just really would love to see. So
Bret LaBelle,
Yeah, I mean, look, I would love to play, but that ship may have sailed, but. I mean, it would be hard to say no, but we'll see. But no,
I don't think you're gonna be able to get away with the funeral director line this time around. I think they're gonna know you're a cop coming in, and that's gonna be trouble right out of the box.
Yeah, but I'm okay with it now because
cop's eyes.
The survivors know me now. And they know I'm not a Tony. They know I'm they can work. I'm a guy you can work with.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're not quite done. Right, you're not going to be building spy shacks and spy.
I mean, I partied with
towers and
like it changes everything when you party with these people as much as I have.
God. Tony is an epic character. There's a good reason why he's won 2 of them and won a lot of money and the Sky Shack. I mean, he's just my
God.
Yeah. Here's one for you, Brett. You never know.
And to win twice is just so impressive.
You never know what you're going to get in the comments of our show. Of course, we do sports by day and Survivor by night. But here's a question for Brett that's come up in the comments. Your question for Brett: will the Jets survive the Patriots tomorrow? Johnny Boy chiming in on that. Will they? Big game tomorrow, Thursday night football.
I mean,
Let's do
listen,
it.
it's going to be a big game. It's going to be a big game, and I'll be watching it. My favorite Tahiti, my restaurant. So I am very careful about projecting. It's going to be a tough game. The Pats are on a roll. They look fantastic. They're, they're definitely jiving. They're winning. They're
Wearing
bonding.
your Drake May jersey around Boston.
Yeah,
these days,
everybody's. Oh, of course, yeah. I mean,
chance
look
of
at his
MVP.
stats.
You know?
Look at his stats next to Brady. It's
very good.
actually shocking because you never think. I don't want to jinx it, man. I really don't. But I really hope they win. That they
just
seem
like
to be
Bills
on a
fans,
roll.
Patriot fans, paranoid. They're just
Yeah.
paranoid.
I know, and it's New
Everybody's
York,
paranoid.
so it's so hard for me to say.
But most people just be laughing about the Jets. You're not laughing. You're taking
See,
it very
there you go.
I'm
That's very
taking it
nice.
seriously because we've won what we won 5 on the road now.
7 in a row.
7
in a row. Yeah. 7 in a row. Yeah. So
That's crazy.
I think they're going to do it. I think they're on a roll, but I'm a
Oh,
little nervous. How are the Jets this year? You guys know more about
Jets
the
are
Jets. What do you
they're
think?
red hot. They've won 2 in a row. So
They started
let's
the
go.
season 0-7, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well,
you
and
never
then
know.
that's the
but
They've
past,
won
man.
the last 2 games, so they're red hot, having won
Yeah.
2 in a row. Okay, there
yeah,
you go.
well,
That's
that would be red hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but-
At least they're not firing their coach like my team. So
see,
you know.
there you go.
you
Well,
know,
let's do
and he's
this.
dancing in the locker room.
Let's do this, Lurch. As we head out of here, let's do our final shout outs here. Let's go around the room and do our final shout outs here. I'm gonna do mine real quick for again Jerry Manti. Again, just
You
want
better
to
watch it. You better watch it.
thank
I
her
saw
so
your
much.
fiancé jump back in there.
So
Did
Jerry
you see-
Manti
see what you had to
got
say?
a couple of she got second chances to go back on. Let's hope your wife gives you a second chance, boy.
Hey, I mean, she was on the cover of
She's saying,
Playboy.
Brett,
I mean,
she says, keep it up. And Paulie, that's his little son, will come home
Oh.
in Pat's
oh,
gear, all right?
that's not that's
You know,
okay.
they don't
That's
wear
not
anything
American.
but green at home for the Jets.
That's what
you
she
know?
should do.
Yeah,
Patriots
right.
gear for the son. That's what
No,
way to
that's
do it.
disgusting. Look at this wonderful. She was on Playboy
Oh,
one time for
oh,
Survivor.
oh,
Terrific.
unbelievable.
There's a real little crush going on here on Jerry
What?
Manti.
There's nothing wrong
Boy
with that.
Green.
That's totally natural. I love
Brett might
Jerry
have to
Manti.
invite you to the next reunion when she's at.
Oh
man.
my God, that I
gonna
would
do?
die.
Yeah. Yeah, that's this is
I don't know.
getting
She's
weird.
a little tall for you, BG. She's a little too tall.
A little tall.
Lurch,
What-
this is
what's
getting weird. I feel awkward, Lurch. I feel awkward right now.
yeah. Okay. Do you guys your favorite Survivor crushes? Anyone want to share some other on here? Or, I'm not by myself.
I'm gonna shut my mouth on that.
Oh, Brett, it sounds like you got an answer, huh? You wanna-
of
don't
course
don't
I
make
have
me
an
feel
answer.
weird by
Everyone
myself.
has
Come
an
on.
answer for
Okay,
that.
who is
Come
it, Brett? Who is it, Brett?
I'm not saying a word. I'm
Come
not stupid.
on.
I'm not going to say nothing. And I'll tell you, Lurch everyone has one. But it
Yeah.
doesn't
Oh, there have
mean
been many for me.
it has to
The
be
one-
Oh,
no,
many. Okay.
There
Go ahead,
have
Lurch.
been, there've been several.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I would say, at least in more contemporary Survivor, and she's in season 50. Give me her name, Boy Green, the blonde who's in season 50, because I mentioned it and you were.
Oh, I know who you're talking
Christy.
about.
Oh, yeah,
Christy. Christy.
No, it's not Christy. It begins with a K, I think.
Are you sure? I'm
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sure it's Christy.
Christy?
No.
Okay.
As soon as I hear it, I know the name.
Cast for 50 years.
Maybe. Okay, let me get
She's
it.
blonde,
Yeah,
cute,
she's the brainy. She didn't
closer to my
win.
age.
Yeah.
No.
I see her in my head.
Yeah, seeing her.
I know
totally
exactly what
clearly
you're
in
talking
my
about.
head.
Yeah, we actually she's a
Hofbreck, right? Hofbreck or something is her last name.
what-
that's
now you
gonna
guys
get
What's her first name? Why are we blanking? 3 of us. Disgusting, despicable display by all.
Chrissy.
Chrissy.
Yeah.
I was
Chrissy.
close.
You were close. Chrissy.
Chrissy's great. She
Chrissy.
came to Boston. We had lunch. She's fantastic.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
She's
yeah.
married though, right? She's married.
Yeah, she's married. She's
I
married.
think she's
Probably.
off the market. Sorry,
Yeah,
Lurch.
but
Yeah.
she's cute. I like her.
Right.
Okay. All right, Brett. Now it's
she's
your
awesome.
turn. We ran around the board here, so
She's a hot player too. She's gonna play hot. What was that?
yeah, I think so too. So anywho, Brett.
Yeah, no, we're not going there.
Yeah,
I have to fucking see these. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to swear.
It's the internet. It's okay.
It's the
Brett.
internet. Swear as
Yeah.
much as you want to, man.
Oh, I can swear here. I have
Yeah,
to see
sure,
these
it's the
people.
internet,
It'd be
yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah, leave him alone, boy. Leave him alone.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
I'll
I
tell you
won't
off the
pressure
air.
you into it. Oh, okay. Great. Okay.
Maybe.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody
Well,
for
thanks
joining
again,
us
Brett.
tonight.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah, see,
All right.
that's
I
what.
apologize, guys. I was
No
just
worries.
thinking
No
it's
need to
crazy, and
apologize.
Hey, look at that! Shout out to Tatsuyama, who said, "Hey, fellas, great show. Welcome back, Brett." So it's great that everyone enjoys coming back to this every week, and it's a lot of fun. So Tatsuyama, Todd, I saw him in here earlier. The Hot Grim Reaper, my beautiful fiance, who I love
Hot
dearly.
Grim Reaper is a great.
That's
name.
awesome.
Yeah,
That
that's
is really
that's
awesome.
that's
That
great.
someone has
Yeah.
that handle out there. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
The
So,
Hot Grim Reaper.
all right.
That's a
Well,
good
thanks
one.
everybody
All right,
for
I gotta
tuning
go with
in.
All right,
Yeah.
Brett. We'll see you next week, my friend. Enjoy, and we'll.
All right,
we'll
hope
check
you'll
back
have
in with
these
you next
lights
Wednesday.
figured out by next week. So,
all right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week. Another Survivor after show. Don't forget, subscribe to our channel, and you can be notified when we're doing these shows. We do pop-up shows as well, and if you like sports, we cover several of the New York sports teams on our channel as well. So we have a really eclectic kind of background. But even if you're just into Survivor, we always put all our Survivor stuff into a playlist. We have some old interviews as well. We talked to David Wright a couple of months ago about season 50. We talked to Tiffany Seeley about season 50. We had an interview with Brett a while back on season 50. Got his take on all the cast members. You want to go back and watch some of that stuff. It's sitting in our archives right in the Survivor playlist. Really, really awesome thing to watch. Brett, we'll see you next week. Take care, buddy.
Smash a like, guys. Thank you, guys.
Right.
I'll see you next week.
You got it. All right. See you, everybody.